What's good, people? Chris here from Sports Gamers Online, and with the upcoming holidays, a bunch of new MyPlayers will be hitting the streets later this month. So with this video here's some tips to get you on the right path in those 5-on-5 games. Alright, let's get it.
Sports Gamers Online is the #1 source for the sports gamer.
First off is boxing out. Now something, especially if you made a big man, you want to become a second reflex is boxing out. I can't tell you how many times I was able to slide right inside on a sleeper defender, box him or her out, and get the offensive rebound. And to box out, you hold the left trigger on your controller. Once the shot goes up, instead of running towards the basket for the board, seek out whoever you were guarding or the closest defender and back that butt right into him. You may not get the board, but they sure won't. Making sure you always box out won't get you gaudy numbers every time, but more often than not, you will notice you hitting 10, 15, or even 20 rebounds a game. Next is skip passes. The fastest way to hit your furthest streaking teammates down the court is with the skip pass. It eliminates bringing up the icon of the player you're targeting and potentially missing the window to throw the strike, while also causing you to be more aggressive in your down court throws altogether. And all you have to do is hold the A button on Xbox and X on PS4 in the direction you want to throw the pass. You can come up with some pretty fast transition points grabbing the board and throwing the dart this way. Next is mastering offensive rebounds. Now naturally I transition into offensive boards. Other than being in the paint already when the shot goes up, the most consistent chances I've been able to grab a board is when a teammate is open and you think they're about to shoot. That's usually when the opponent is staring at them and you can slide right under them and steal a board if the shot misses. Next is to prevent cherry picking. Now cherry picking is rampant, but best let it not be our man that is the one benefiting. And the most likely cherry pick situations is on 3-point attempts where guys will stare at their shot after shooting and completely forget about the dude who was defending them. Moving doesn't make your shot go in less, so as soon as you shoot, locate your defender and you might be able to snag a deflection or two because you were alert enough. Now let's talk about safe rebounds. Now one of the most preventable turnovers that still happens a lot is after a rebound, and this year is no different, as you will notice sometimes the power forward or center grabbing a board and getting it stolen from them immediately. And this is because they put the ball on the floor right in front of the defender they just boxed out. So when you grab a rebound, don't move immediately, as this will give you maximum ball protection to fire off any potential throws down the court, and you will notice the guy guarding you piling up unnecessary fouls trying to steal it from you as well. Next is avoiding offensive 3 seconds. Now this may be harder to implement right away, but whenever you come across a situation where you notice you and a teammate are in the paint both covered for more than a second, you might as well shoot the ball to avoid a 3-second violation because you're playing with fire here. This is pretty common in rec games where the teams are most likely random and optimal spacing is a luxury. But in situations like this, you are better off shooting a contested shot and hoping for the best to avoid a turnover. Now let's talk about you don't always have to follow the arrow. Now the arrow under your player is a good guide to tell you who you're covering, but certain moments during the game, your teammate might, probably will mess up, and now the most threatening option might become your responsibility where it's on you to eliminate, despite technically not being your man. Let's say a ball handler is on a fast break where only you have a shot to pick him up. Don't just stare. Or even a guy in the corner suddenly appears open and his defender is nowhere to be found. It's okay to ignore the arrow and simply cover the open man until this guy gets back. Nothing's better than a perfect rotation and solid communication, even without a mic between players. Next is knowing there are many uses for timeouts. Don't be afraid to use them. Notice a teammate received the inbounds and isn't moving, struggling to get past half court, about to go backcourt after a steal, or out of bounds from a diving turnover. Timeouts can save a possession and can really be your best friend in a pinch, so use them wisely. Next is be on the lookout for steal attempts. Sadly in 2K19, defenders can just run up on you and take your cookies, so be mindful which hand you have the ball in and be ready to switch hands or pass it if somebody tries to rush you. As a ball handler, you have to be on high alert this year. And lastly, people, don't be selfish. Do not be this type of player. Pass the rock. Sharing is caring. Other 4 guys didn't volunteer their time for you to try out for the N1 mixtape tour. Sorry, sports gamers, hope you enjoyed the video. And viewers, what are some tips that weren't mentioned that you would like to give others? Let us know in the comments down below. And stay tuned here at Sports Gamers Online for more NBA 2K19 content. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't. And once you're with us, hit that bell icon at the bottom so you don't miss anything we put out. I'm Chris. Thank y'all for watching. And be good, y'all.